Clash of the Titans. The GransforsBruks Scandi Forest and Husqvarna Forest Axe. Which one is better? Which one perform better? I don't have to talk much about aesthetics. You can see this GransforsBruks, very sexy axe. I mean, it just not much to say. But the reason why this is almost double price as this one lays in details. Every little detail. You can see this one, it's pretty much used, abused by me. And check this nice little edge. Just it has so much soul. Both are made in Sweden, hand forged. See, this Husqvarna, it's also very nice. The difference is the Husqvarna is a bit heavier. Check the other side. But the detail, finish. Now check this here. And when you compare it with this, you can see the reason for the price. You can see here that Husqvarna is much thicker. The Gransfors is more elegant, I would say. The length is pretty much the same. Husqvarna is a bit longer. Husqvarna has the heavier head, which is good for chopping. But with Gransfors, you can use it with one hand. You can even carve some stuff with it. And from up here, Husqvarna has wider profile. Husqvarna's edge, it's much more rounded. And in difference, that's it. I'm gonna do the chop test because that's the only thing that matters for me. And let's see how they do. First Husqvarna, I'm gonna do 10 hits with each one. And we'll see how they do. For this matter, I won't use any gloves just to see how they perform. And will I get any blisters? So let's see how she does first. Okay. Watch out. Now that took me just a few hits. Scandi Forest. That took me much more, but the reason is it was much thicker down there, so it doesn't matter. Another bite test. 3 hits with each one. Okay. GransforsBruks. This here is Husqvarna, and this here is GransforsBruks. Check how clean this cut is. Amazing. Over here, again, this is not some great comparison because the tree is not the same over here and here. But you can see how clean this is. You can see bite over here. Check this notch. Slowly up. So, after this cutting, I can tell you a few things. Even though I've used both a lot from some time, especially GransforsBruks. I used to have the small forest axe before, so I'm really fanboy of the Gransfors. You can see that Gransfors, it leaves much nicer and much cleaner cut than the Husqvarna. But Husqvarna, due to its bigger head, bites a bit more. And one more thing, the Husqvarna is a bit more comfortable because it has a thicker handle over here, and I have bigger hands. Maybe for someone else this will be perfect, but still I can feel a lot this edge here. And that's simply it. Both great axes. I always recommend the GransforsBruks, but for the money, with this is the great axe. Not expensive, you can do a lot with it. The finish, it's a bit bad, but if you use some sandpaper, fix it up, you'll get a great axe. So that's it for both of these. Judge yourself. I recommend both, but I think all in all, the Gransfors won this battle.